to Liz at Home. I'm having a lovely cup of yogi tea, and it's from their Christmas selection, so it's all kind of spicy and cinnamony smelling, and I love the way they always have something, and this says uplift everybody and uplift yourself, which is such a nice thing to live by. So today I'm carrying on with my playing with watercolors, and I'm doing this little kind of brush control, water control exercise whereby I just paint random doodle shapes, and what I'm trying to do is to make a fine line between the shapes so that I'm trying to learn better brush control. I think that's the best explanation of what I'm doing. It's an awesome exercise. I try to do it in more or less one color. So that one's finished, and I'm started this one so that it doesn't take too long, and I'm doing it in kinds of pinks. I'm using a gallery round brush, size 4. You can use any size you like, and I started off with some core quinacridone magenta, then I went to that one, then I went to Daniel Smith opera pink, which I love, and now I'm moving on to, I've added some Winsor & Newton permanent rose to the Daniel Smith opera pink, and so I've got a kind of a mix here, and I'm sort of just playing in pinks and playing with brush control and trying to learn just better. I think this one is, I'm still sort of quite wide between my two shapes. I want to try and learn how to get closer to the other, like one shape to another, sort of like that, with very fine lines between. So I think I've got lots of lovely practice ahead of me, but that's fine because it's such fun playing with watercolors. It's like my best thing to do. Now I think I've added too much water there, although in a way it's moving better. It's quite a trick to learn just how much water and how much paint, and all of the books sort of say they shouldn't puddle. So I think there we go. So how is everybody? I've had quite a nice day today. Just been basically playing around with trying to organize my paints a little bit, and I ordered some shimmer paints from AliExpress. It's the first time I've ever ordered from AliExpress, but a friend of mine, Nicola, in a Facebook group, had put up a link of a shop showing them selling some very nice shimmery, pearly kinds of watercolors. And then another friend, one of the subscribers on this channel, very kindly sent me a private message and offered to sponsor me for those paints. So I went on today and ordered them with her help, and then I'll do a video when they come. That will be so exciting. I must say I'm quite overwhelmed by how incredibly kind people can be, and I've had some lovely donations through the coffee, I always want to call it Ko-fi, through the coffee site, where people, I always put, well, I don't always, I periodically put a link to that in my more information, where people can sort of sponsor me to the price of a cup of coffee, and it's through PayPal, and it goes straight to my account. And I've had gifts sent to me, and then that incredible gift sent to me by this lovely South African lady with all the things that I unboxed the other day. I've had books sent to me, and I'm so touched and so incredibly grateful, because let's face it, we all struggle with this whole trying to buy supplies and things like that, and I don't earn anything through YouTube. I'm not monetized as yet. I wish I could be, but I don't have enough subscribers, so you can only apply to join what is called the Google AdSense program once you have 1,000 subscribers, and as we speak I'm at 193, for which I'm immensely grateful as well. But as you can see, that's far away. So, and apparently also with the AdSense program, one doesn't actually make a lot of money until you get to sort of 1 million subscribers or something, and I don't think that happens very often in these kinds of arts and crafts channels, because we are not in that sort of, I don't think that there's that number of people that enjoy following that's this sort of channel. But anyway, be that as it may, and that's not what this is all about. My reason for starting this channel was not to make money at all. It was to try and give myself a focus with my retirement and share my great joy and fun of exploring this whole new art journey with other people, and to reach out and build a community, and that's starting to happen, and I find that incredibly exciting. That doesn't have a nice line on. Let me do a petal here. There we go. I watch Emma Lefebvre on YouTube. She's got a fabulous watercolor channel, and she does these petals like, you see, then hers don't land up with a blotch at the end, they land up nicely. I don't know, it doesn't happen for me as yet. Let me do a line. Now I'm going to turn that into, now you see, that was not good water control. But it's making me do better brush control. There we are. And go down there and fill it all in. I'm thinking that this particular bit of paint needs some more color, so let me add some more. I think perhaps because the Winsor & Newton is a Cotman paint, and the Daniel Smith's a professional paint, and the Cotman is apparently the student quality Winsor & Newton paint, although I like it very much, but I think it's possibly not quite as vibrant as the Core or the Daniel Smith. So let me do a heart. Thinking Valentine's Day's around the corner. This is a heart that is slightly misshapen. There we are. Oh dear. Gosh, but it's windy today. The wind is absolutely howling outside. I'm glad that I'm at home and don't have to go into Cape Town. in Cape Town, in an area called the Foreshore. The wind is known for being unbelievable. I mean, there've been years where the place has become much more built up these days, so I think there's more protection. But I've been there. I went there one year when I was still singing at the opera, and I couldn't actually get out of my car. One of the guys saw me struggling. I couldn't get my car door open. The wind was so strong. He had to come along and try and help me get out of my car. And there've been times where buses have blown over and cars with straight sides have blown over. And I remember once, my sister and I were talking about it the other day, many moons ago, I suppose around about the 1970s sometime, it had become fashionable to wear wigs. And my sister had just started working. She was a young girl in her probably late teens or early 20s. And she'd just bought a wig, and she was strolling along down the road on her way somewhere at lunchtime. After work, she was working as a secretary, and this huge gust of wind came along and blew her wig right off her head and under the wheels of a car. And she had this pinned up hair, and she was walking along the road, and she said she was absolutely mortified. We were talking about it yesterday and having a good giggle about the things that happened to us in our youth. Shame, poor girl. I'm trying to clear that bit where I went over the lines. I must say that's the nice thing about watercolor. So now I'm drying the brush off, and I'm going to try and make that a dry bit. And it actually looks quite pretty like that. So now another pattern. I've decided to speed this up a little bit because it's taking a while. I'd really like to recommend this as a totally relaxing and such a fun, easy watercolor practice to do. If you feel like doing watercoloring and you don't know what to draw and you just feel like enjoying yourself and playing with your art supplies, then this is really a fun exercise. So I'm going to just put a little bit of music on to get us to the end of the video. But before I do that, I would like to remind you, if you don't mind, to please subscribe to my channel and press the little bell icon so that you can be informed of any future videos. Thank you. Enjoy the rest.